Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is ChukwunonsoCaptures, aka Mazi. Chacon, aka the Photo Cosmetic Surgeon. And welcome back to Photo Lab, and welcome back to another camera tutorial. Alright, so shout out to all my clients out there. You are appreciated. Special thanks to all the models and muses out there. You keep me inspired. One love to all my supporters on social media. You keep me going. Okay, so today we are going to talk about metering modes, right? So I'm going to share my camera screen with you in a second. I'm going to talk about metering modes. I'm going to show you the different settings on a typical basic camera for metering modes. So metering modes are, like imagine the your camera frame, right? So you got the box, you got the frame, and it shows you everything that the camera sees. And metering basically means which part of that box, which part of the frame of the picture is lit up the most, right? So focusing is basically which part of it is in focus, which one is it, which part of the picture is sharpest. Metering is like which parts are the brightest. Are certain spots really bright? Is the entire thing evened out with its brightness? Is just like the center more bright, you know what I'm saying? So basically all the light that the camera sensor collects, right? It's telling the camera almost kind of like how to distribute that light across the frame and make certain parts of the picture really bright or dark or evenly lit up and things like that, right? So it's really important. Metering is really important to the quality of the picture. It kind of tells your camera what the picture should look like and how bright certain areas are, because you don't want certain areas to be like important areas, right? Like someone's face or other parts of their body to be too bright or too dark or anything like that. It doesn't make for a good picture. So metering is a very important camera setting because it'll basically dictate how bright or how dark certain important or unimportant areas are. You don't want an unimportant area to be super bright and another area to be really dark, right? All right, so follow me to my camera screen and we'll get started, all right? All right, let's go. All right, so welcome to my camera screen and we're gonna talk about metering modes. So it's just right here, it's at the bottom, metering. Okay, so first one we're gonna discuss today is matrix metering. So matrix metering, as you can see this example right here, just like the name suggests, what it kind of does is it forms kind of like a matrix, like grid lines. You could imagine imaginary lines going down the picture and then across just to create like a grid, and it kind of averages out each tiny little square, and it kind of looks at what how much light is coming through onto the sensor from each square, and it averages it all out, and it makes everything like an even brightness so that there isn't like extremely bright parts here or a dark spot here or dark, you know. It just keeps everything an average metering settings. You can see this picture here with this woman in the foreground and the house in the background. Everything is basically just about evenly lit up. You know what I'm saying? You know, her face is lit up pretty well. Dresses, the house in the background's all right. The grass, the sky. There isn't one spot of the picture that's more lit up. It's more bright than the other spot. You know what I'm saying? So that's what matrix metering does. It's definitely, so for most shooting situations, you're gonna need matrix metering, to be honest with you. You definitely need it for something like a group photo shoot. From my personal experience, that's the best. That's kind of like a situation where you almost always need matrix metering. Other shooting situations, if you're shooting other types of things, you may or may not need matrix metering, but definitely for group photo shoots. If you could imagine a group photo where there's a bunch of people, a bunch of faces, you don't want one picture or one person's face to be really dark and the other person's, another person, like maybe someone in the middle, their pictures, their face is really bright, but then other people on the outskirts of the picture or on the side or something like that, their face is dark, you know what I'm saying? Or they're just not lit up really well. So that's what matrix metering is. Most shooting situations are gonna need it. Definitely group photo shoots. The next one we got here is center weighted metering. So as you can see here, center weighted metering, if the subject is kind of in the center, what it does is the camera focuses all the light in the sensors in the center, so it makes whatever's in the middle of the picture most bright, right? So as you can see, this example here is like if someone's taking a picture of a flower, the flower is right in the middle, and as you can see, the grass, or the leaves, I should say, in the background, you can visibly see that they're a little bit darker. You know what I'm saying? Darker than the flower. So if you're taking a picture and the subject is what is in the middle of the frame and you want that to be the brightest, then you most likely are going to need center weighted metering. You can see from the icon here, it's focusing on the center. You can see there's a dot in the center of the frame. Let me go back to matrix so I can explain that. In matrix metering, it kind of, it's not exactly like the grid like I told you before, but it kind of has sections here. It has like, you know, kind of like an arch around the top part of the picture. You know what I'm saying? It has like a center dot, you know, kind of like the center weighted metering, and has a bottom arch too, and it makes everything, it averages everything out evenly, right? So that's matrix, that was matrix. I'm gonna go back to center. This is center weighted metering. So it's basically when whatever is in the middle, if you want the middle to be lit up, then you do center weighted metering. This is the more specialized one, spot metering. And it's if you're doing kind of like creative type photography, if you're shooting something where you just want the actual focus point, a specific focus point of the picture to be what's lit up. You want to select one spot to be the most lit up. So whatever your focus point is, that's what's going to be the brightest part of the picture, right? And see in this picture, there's kind of like some glasses or some fancy looking, this kind of looks like some objects and things like that on a, looks like a windowsill. And they probably wanted one of the glasses, one of these like fancy looking objects here. One looks like, you know, almost kind of like cologne bottles or something like that, to be lit up, and then everything else is dark in the background. You know, it looks like there's like the room is dark, but essentially it's if you want one small spot, not necessarily the entire picture like matrix metering, or just the center like center weighted metering. If you want a specific focus point to be bright, then you do spot metering, right? So it lets you select the actual metering point. That's spot metering. Whereas center weighted metering automatically selects the center and to be the brightest, and matrix metering automatically selects just kind of the entire picture to be evenly bright. You get what I'm saying? So that's what metering is all about. Metering, the good way to think about it is it's kind of like focus. So focus tells you where is going to be sharpest. Metering tells you where is going to be brightest, right? So metering tells you where, you know, it's going to be brightest. Whether you want the entire thing to be bright, matrix, the center to be right and center weighted, or if you want to select the your own metering spot, like spot weighted metering. All right, hope that makes sense. Thanks, guys. Take care. All right, so I hope that explanation was helpful for you. I hope it kind of just kind of like illuminated, get it? What the different metering modes are all about, and you learned a little bit more about digital photography in this video. So if you learned something about it, if there was a takeaway that you had, please put it in the comment section below. Let me know which metering modes or which metering situations apply most to the type of photography that you do. Do you take a lot of photography of groups? Do you do like creative conceptual photography? Do you do like you know, like studio photography? Do you need certain like small areas of the picture lit up, like you're doing maybe, you know, some nature photography or something like that? So yeah, just let me know which type of metering modes you use the most. Yeah, and so if you're new to digital photography and you're not quite sure which type of metering modes you use the most, just from what I said, let me know which ones you think you might use the most also. And yeah, so like this video. If you learned something, if you enjoy these videos, please support this channel by subscribing and also commenting and sharing this video with a friend. All right, thanks. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.